Hey guys, it's me, Freddy Pop Collector, and welcome to the final episode of Interesting Possible FNAF Theories. I'm sorry this video's been so long coming. The last episode was in December, and we're already halfway through February, so... Wait a minute. I swear I've said this exact thing before. Sorry I've taken such a long break from the series. The last episode was back in October, and we're already halfway through December, but don't worry, episode 4 will be wrapping out the series in about a week after this one.
Ugh. Okay.
With a combination of the holidays and more motivation to do some other video ideas, this video's been on the back burner for about a month and a half. Since my next video will kick off a brand new series on my channel, I thought I would go ahead and finish out this series because it's long overdue. And with that being said, let's get into the final episode of Interesting Possible FNAF Theories. The first theory we'll be discussing is the theory that Vanny is an Afton. I know this sounds far-fetched, but there is some actual evidence supporting this. In some unreleased FNAF AR emails, it's confirmed to us that Vanessa's last initial is A. Considering there's only a handful of confirmed last names in the FNAF canon, it's really odd to me that they would give her the last initial A, especially considering it's probably the most recognizable and famous last name of the FNAF canon. What do you guys think? Do you think she could be an Afton, or would you be willing to bet that it's just a coincidence? This was in the FNAF AR files after all, not security breach, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Next up is the theory that Chica did the bite of 87. The evidence for this theory comes to us from one of her death quotes in Ultimate Custom Night.
Where's my beak? Lodged in your forehead, of course.
While I'm not the biggest fan of this theory, I guess I can understand it to an extent. UCN voice lines definitely have some importance, so who knows, but Chica doing the bite? Not the biggest fan. Next up is our final UCN theory, that being the theory that Baby's the voice behind all the mediocre melodies, secret voice lines.
We've only just begun. I will never let you leave. I will never let you rest. I'll never let you rest.
This is how it feels, and you get to experience it over and over and over again, forever. I will never let you leave.
I will never let you leave.
He tried to release you. He tried to release us. But I'm not gonna let that happen. I will hold you here. I will keep you here. No matter how many times they burn us.
As much as that sounds like Baby, I personally don't believe that's her. Not only is it really random and weird in a lore sense, but also there was a casting call for Vengeful Spirit, and if this isn't it talking, then it's literally just not in the game. While this theory isn't impossible, the voice being Baby doesn't really make much sense, so I don't believe this one. Before we move on to the next possible theory, be sure to like and subscribe. My main goal for 2021 is to reach 100,000 subscribers, so if you guys could subscribe, it would really mean a lot. Thank you so much for all the support you guys have been giving me lately. We're already halfway there. It would be really awesome to hit that sometime before the end of the year. And with that out of the way, let's get back to the video. Next up is the theory that the Midnight Motorist Jr.'s location is the FNAF 2 location. This entire theory actually comes from MatPat. I'll link the full episode of this clip in the description.
Later that night, Afton goes to a place called Junior's where he's turned away at the door. Now, why would Scott show us this? FNAF 6 was all about tying up loose ends. He's not just gonna throw in a random bar to establish that the Mustard Man is an alcoholic or anything. He's doing it to establish a timeline. The only time we hear of anyone being turned away from any building for any reason in this series is in FNAF 2.
From what I understand, the building is on lockdown. No one is allowed in or out, especially concerning any previous employees.
And the name Juniors makes sense in Scott's classic way of giving us clues that are meant to clarify things but really just end up confusing all of us. Remember, FNAF 2's location is the Grand Reopening, a second Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria location, a junior location, if you will.
Besides the Vanny theory at the beginning, this one probably has the most weight to it. It does seem a little bit out there, but it's definitely not impossible. And our final theory for this entire series is the theory that the FNAF FNAF 2 endoskeleton is Wither Golden Freddy's endoskeleton. It's really interesting because on one hand, we know for a fact Wither Golden Freddy is a hallucination, but at the same time, the endoskeleton also appears to be a hallucination, so I'm pretty sure the only reason this theory exists is to give an explanation for why the Endo 02 Easter egg is even in the game. If you didn't know, the reason why a lot of people believe the Endo 02 is an Easter egg is because it doesn't attack you, it appears in the vents and on some cameras, but that's it. It really does make you wonder, if that isn't the explanation, then why is this here and what is it supposed to represent? And with all that being said, that's gonna wrap out the final part of interesting possible FNAF theories. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I'm so glad to finally get this series over with. Not that it's been bad or not fun or anything, it's just I'm really ready to move on to my new series that's kind of like the replacement of the Fixing FNAF series. My next 4-part series will be kicking off at the end of the month, so stay tuned for that. Speaking of the 4-part series, I'm really thinking about doing some second seasons to some of those. For example, a second season to Useless FNAF Facts, a second season to Model Comparisons, a second season to Ridiculously Overpriced Merch, and who knows, maybe even a second season to this series. Also, my next video will feature a brand new intro and outro. Similar to the last time I changed my intro, the song is still We Are the Phantoms, but the outro song will change to Fetch, done by Dawko. As always, those songs are linked in the description of every video. And with that being said, that's all I have for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you're new. Tell me what you guys thought about this series in the comments if you want a season 2. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.